Hello there, and welcome to the Hammerman attack for September the 14th. That means we're pretty much halfway through September already? Oh, this is insane. Okay, so, full disclosure, I still have the hot pot from last week. So I get one more go with the hot pot, which is very exciting because, well, it's a freaking hot pot. It still does everything that it did last week, which is be awesome. So, stage one, pretty straightforward. I didn't get the flawless, which I was really upset with, because I was like, alright, I got the hot pot, this is going to be a flawless for sure, and then I saw it and I was like, no tanks, perfect. Yeah. Apparently not so much, but that's alright, because the hot pot is still just fun to watch. Honestly, I just kind of sat there and was like, it was one of my favorites to record, because I kind of just sat there and I just watched it and was like, you know what? This is awesome. I love my hot pot. And here's another reason I love my hot pot. It goes down, it lures the tanks in, and then just blah, tank's dead. So good. Oh. Now, that being said, I know the Doom Cannon is all the rave on the forums because of changes, and it's doing a small AoE damage now, which has all kinds of people up in an uproar. Apparently, there's like screenshots of it or videos of it taking out like 100 Zookas plus in 2 shots because they're grouped incredibly tightly together, and like, yeah, it's pretty intense. But I double checked and I looked, I was going through the info on the Doom Cannon, and sure enough, like, it says right in there, may hit multiple targets. And I was like, wow, it's official. It's not like it's a bug or something. They just wanted to make that poor Doom Cannon that much more deadly. And it also explained why I had crazy things going on with my Zookas that kind of creeped out of the smoke there, getting blown up and everything. It's because there was a Doom Cannon around. That was back on the War Factory, by the way, where I was like, why are my Zookas disappearing? I don't get it. Anyways, so yeah, this makes it kind of hard, because a lot of people have been saying, oh yeah, I've been dropping the grappler and it like plucks Scorchers and tanks away and does horrible things to them, and it's great, oh I love it. And then the hot pot is so insanely powerful against I guess masses, so you're all Zookas, your warriors, your riflemen attacks, like just the attacks that rely on numbers. And now you've got the Doom Cannon that just insanely blows up like entire groups of whatever. Apparently there's a picture of 6 tanks getting taken out in one shot, which is just crazy. So I don't know, man. They're making it so it's like, they're making it so it's really tough to decide which prototype weapon you're going to use, because they're all good. So instead of it just being a clear-cut shock blaster and shield generator, you've got some options. And don't get me wrong, the shock blaster is still as awesome as it always has been. You get the stun out of it, it's rapid fire, it's, all of those things and more. I don't know. I might start just building prototypes just to play with the different prototypes, because they're so cool now. That, and the fact that there's still a bug out there. If you haven't already downloaded the latest, I guess, optional update to the optional update to the update, make sure to run out and grab it, because for Android users, they were having like a weird bug where the trees wouldn't go transparent when your troops went behind it, or if there were defenses behind it. And, well, like, you don't know what's going on there. So a lot of people were hiding like these crazy new super improved doom cannons in the trees, and it might not be enough to get the win, but it would be enough that, you know, you'd at least get some intel and gems out of the deal. So if you download the latest update in Android, apparently that fixes that. You can see through all of the trees again, and it should be good. Also, I know one of the other things mentioned was moving trees. The trees weren't flashing red anymore. I don't know about the Android side, but on the Apple OS, I know that the latest update that I downloaded, my trees are flashing red again, so that's a good sign. Sounds like there were a few hiccups, as always, with any update, but overall, it is all working out. And somehow we have already found ourselves on Stage 6, and I'm not gonna lie, Stage 6 was tough for me. Like, I struggled with Stage 6 like I struggled with 7 last week. So I know for a fact that 7 last week was wicked easy. But even this Stage 6, I feel like I still accomplished some pretty good stuff in making this happen. Because, obviously, there are a buttload of riflemen pouring out in front of those tanks, which is kind of a nasty little combo there. And fortunately, I was able to filter enough riflemen off to the right-hand side with my non-defensive statues that I could basically buy myself some time while my defenses on the left-hand side went through and took out the last of the tanks. And you know what? It worked really well. I'm really happy with the way this setup works. And honestly, it was just like one of those weird like mutations of the base I already had, and I was just kind of shifting things, and it happened. But it works really well. So I'm gonna go with it, because why wouldn't I? I'm not crazy or something. Anyway, as you can see, now that the tanks are all gone, the riflemen coming around the corner can be taken out. 600 plus riflemen, which is pretty intense as far as I'm concerned. It's more riflemen than I would normally expect to be able to take out. Thank you, Hot Pot. I will miss you after, well, today or tomorrow. I don't know how long I have it, but I'm definitely not going to have it for the next Hammerman. So let's move on to 7, because, oh wow, almost 700 riflemen. That's even... So 7 has medics, and it has grenadiers, and it has heavies, and a Scorcher, and a bunch of riflemen, and I was just like, aw man. But I wanted to show you this so that at least you could see kind of how they're landing, where they're landing. Hopefully that'll help you guys out, because Lord knows I'm not going to be able to do it. Which, hey, you know what? I still count 6 as a victory. I'm very excited that I got my 7 last week, for that matter. And, you know, it's more riflemen that the hot pot can just fry. I did make one change to the space, because I was watching one of the replays on 6, and I was like, you know what? Why do I have mines in front of the hot pot? Like, the second the hot pot touches things, they're dead. I'm wasting all these mines, so I kind of shuffled my mines, but unfortunately it still wasn't enough to get me the win. Hopefully this helps you out with your Hammerman. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully this has been entertaining, and most importantly, hopefully you guys have a fantastic day.